We got a new person with us in this podcast today.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Grizzly Adams.
No. I was just going to say, what's his name?
He's looking right at you, dude.
Purchased him at a church auction.
I look shiny, bro.
You can turn yours down if you need to.
I think it's those ones.
Yeah, well,
Shiny.
some is too dark. If somebody wants to be a producer for us, it would help.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're so far back.
Oh, man. You're being really
Is it gonna go like this?
obvious.
Gonna crane my neck?
One day we're going to have multiple cameras in here, so you won't have to do it because it'll just focus on you and then focus on me. But then
No, and then we're gonna be sitting.
So you know what I thought about that? I've been researching the products, which is going to cost money, like a lot of money. So hopefully with our T-shirt business and stuff like that, maybe we'll be able to raise some money.
Our donation
Coming
t-shirts.
soon, Street Smart Swag.
Yeah. Look at what you're wearing, dude.
But they have a...
Stand up, bro.
Oh, yeah. Check it out.
Yeah. Now spin around, man. Yeah, there you go. Scoot over to your left. Yeah. Yeah.
We're going to have that for sale pretty
I
soon.
forgot.
And then we can purchase...
Oh, shoot.
You almost didn't say that, did you?
He broke his leg.
We'll fix that. We'll fix that. How did that happen? I hope Diana Collins doesn't watch this.
Oh, no.
Dude, I'm going to glue him back together.
Well,
For
alright,
sure.
Maybe I can. Let me see.
I don't think you can put him back
No,
together. There's 19 pieces.
Just give me him.
Why? So you can show everybody his suffering?
No. Try it.
Oh my gosh.
It's not gonna work.
Well, I'm going to put him back together.
Rest in peace, Grizzly Adams.
He'll be... We're going to take
He
him...
lasted a whole 20 seconds. Nope.
We're going to take
3 minutes.
No, he's going to live.
He's gonna live.
I have to put him back together now. So,
happen, bro?
back to the switchboard stuff.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of that stuff is buttons that they push, and people have producers and podcast people or producers that push those buttons. So when you're talking, click. You know, when I'm talking, click.
Yeah.
One day we'll have that.
Yeah, we need a producer. Produce.
Genuine, we need somebody who wants to do it for
Just-
like Subway sandwiches and vitamin waters
Yeah.
for a while. But
We could also use some help with these youths.
yeah, they're a handful
Yeah.
sometimes, but they need it. They need this.
Mm-hmm. Just as much as we do.
I've been having a lot of conversations this week about millennials, Generation X before us.
And Z's.
Well, that's after us, but we're Y.
Where why?
Mm-hmm.
I know. I ask why a lot.
And
That's a dad joke.
it's getting rough out there. Steve and I had that conversation about the generations of it's slipping and slipping. And I think it started with the millennials. It started with us that, that's
Well-
when we were growing up, that's when the whole Catholic Church scandals came out.
Let's not forget that millennials were raised by boomers, right?
No, and Gen X. But we were raised to know to go to church, and we're the ones that were like,
Not for
because in our generation is when all the scandals happened, the Catholic Church scandals and all
Yeah.
this, and everybody attributed that to Christianity, and so all of us
Yeah.
Christians were doing all this weird stuff, and so they're not going to go to church, and we're not going to be associated with this, that, and the other, and
Right.
so we're just going to sit at home and do nothing, and then hand our kids a tablet. Blue's Clues raised our kids.
And us.
Some of us. Some of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blue's Clues.
Yeah.
We are faced with a lot today. And these kids even more so. I mean, we're in the thick of it. We're seeing it develop.
Yeah.
With technology, and it just developed, and it rapidly developed.
So where would you say you lack in your spiritual gifts?
Identifying them.
Okay. That's what a kid, a junior in high school, brought up today in FCA.
About
He brought up
identifying
devotional, and he was like, so where does everybody lack on their gifts, getting out there? Where do you fall short?
You hear that wind? I think we need to turn the fan off.
Yeah, you can if you want to.
Keep going.
And this is the moment where we want to bring up our sponsors, Melanie McKnight Photography. If you want all your photography needs, then that Melanie McKnight Photography is the perfect person to go to. Professional, family friendly, and of Christian faith. Check out Melanie McKnight Photography.
What about burgers
It's a tongue twister. Too many M's.
or antiques?
Can't believe he broke his legs off.
I didn't do anything.
Oh.
I put him up on a pedestal.
You knocked him down.
You know what? I'm going to take this one for you
It's all right.
because everybody on this podcast saw what actually happened.
Okay.
The man that frequently falls on this. How many times
I did
you fall?
one time. One time.
No,
I
'cause-
fell out of my chair.
Remember you knocked over the camera once?
Okay. I wear many hats around here, and you just sit there, and you talk.
Smile. Yeah, I try to talk. I try to talk a lot, but
That's fine. That's fine.
you know,
So where do you fall short, Kevin? Where do you fall short in your Christian walk on what gifts the Lord has given to you? What gifts do you think that maybe you know you have, and then you push back because you're like, it's
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
I think a big one is like I like to do acts of service
Mm-hmm.
to help.
But when it's only convenient for you,
Well, I mean, usually it turns into this thing like, man, why am I doing it?
you want a pat on the back.
You know what? Yeah, maybe.
I'm the same way. I put myself out there a lot, to the point to where a lot of leadership in our church and a lot of people are like, hey, maybe you should take a step back so you don't get burnt out.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, instead of telling me that, how about pat me on the back?
Or how about coming being our producer?
Or that too. And they don't.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. It's really tough because
It's hard
I've
to-
struggled with a long time for like identifying my spiritual gifts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm obviously in my line of work. You know, I help people. I, focus a lot on like protection, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all just service based.
Well, and you think about all that. You think about all that, and you want the pat on the back, and you want all that. And tonight you brought up the book of Job,
yeah.
and here's a man who devoted his whole life to God,
Mm-hmm.
gave everything to God, and then God allowed.
Well, he had everything when he started
Yeah,
too.
and so this is the beginning of, don't take my word for this, but for me, this is the beginning of testing of faith. So Job devoted his whole life to God, right? And then God allowed Satan to take everything away from Job, except for his wife.
Because he's like, hey,
Took his kids
his
away.
faith will fall if you just.
He took. Okay, so imagine that you're a father.
Mm-hmm.
God
I
takes
hate
your child
imagining
away.
this.
Okay,
Yeah.
takes it away. Let's say you have multiple kids. Took them all away. Let's say you had all your coworkers at work, might have been Job's servants, but your coworkers, your friends, they were all just taken away. Everything that you stood for was just demolished, crushed. Everything was gone. Your children, and then you still have your wife, though. Or for
Where you at? No.
or in your case, maybe it's your mom or your dad. And you're grieving so hard, and they feel so bad, and they're like, God did this to you.
And then you
Why
come
don't you
along.
curse the God that did this to you? Why don't you curse the man that took this away from you? The guy that you're praying to every day that promises all this great stuff just took it all away.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you curse? And you still hit your knees.
Mm-hmm.
After everybody, all these major influences of you are like, no. And you're still.
Well, then even your best
Could
friend,
you do it?
Even your best friends come in and say, "What did you do to
Yeah.
deserve this?
So
You deserve
What
this."
are you going to do? What are you going to do? Could you do that? Could you still get on your knees and say, well, I'm still faithful to you, God?
You sure hope so, man.
It's rough, but that really happened to him. Well, it happened to a lot of people throughout history.
How many chapters is it?
I don't know.
32.
I'm glad you put me on the spot, though.
It's 42 chapters, bro,
Well, and
of this man's suffering, but also
he kept the faith.
redemption.
This is the Old Testament too, but he kept his faith. He kept his faith. So in your spiritual giftedness, Jesus already came. He paid for your sins.
Right.
He did all this stuff for you, and he allows you to be an idiot.
Well, he gives
And
us
gives
free
you a
will,
gift.
right?
And God gave everybody a free will.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus paid the price for our free will to make mistakes. And then the Holy Spirit came in and said, hey, Kevin, I really want you to serve people. Or I want you to teach people. Or I want you to lead people. Or I want you to be knowledgeable
Yeah.
to do this. Or I want you to have wisdom. Or I want you to have boldness. I want
Faith
you to have faith.
is
I want
also
you,
spiritual gift,
I
right?
want you to have all this stuff. It doesn't matter if it's, I want you to paint pictures that build people up.
Mm-hmm.
I want, those are all, where do you lack in expressing that? Or do you fight back and say, I don't really like that because it makes me feel weird?
Mm-hmm.
Where does that fall short? Well, I would love to do that, but my job doesn't allow me to do that. Maybe that's what Steve was telling me about.
Yeah.
God will provide. Your job is nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Your job means nothing if it's not what
Christ-centered,
God, or
Well, not Christ-centered, but as
do what
yeah.
God is guiding you to do, and don't worry about your job because God will provide.
Well, that's the beautiful thing with my life personally is when I surrendered again, probably for the umpteenth time, and was like, Lord, not my will but yours. He literally just put me where I was supposed to be,
And
it
maybe
happened,
that's your gift.
It
is
happened miraculously,
protecting people. I don't
right?
know.
I mean, I was about to get out of the job and then go back to doing a job that I hated. I was in construction for 6 years. I know I may have said that before on here, but I was going to go back to that. I was miserable. I hated it.
Mhm.
And then, boom, God put me on a path that planted me where I am.
Right.
And that's where I'm like, I have the faith and the trust that no matter what happens, I know that He's going to put me wherever I'm
Mhm.
supposed to be. And even like Job, when you're going through those trials in chapter 3, the first thing he says, curses the day that he was born.
Yeah.
Because of all the stuff that he's going through, because of
But how
everything that
hard
was
of a
taken
pill
away.
is it? How hard of a pill is it to swallow and say, "Cursed is the day that you were born"?
I mean, have you ever said that about yourself?
No,
No.
because I want to be great.
Yeah. But you've never had a low point where you did?
we don't even want to count the low points.
That's what I'm saying, man.
But when I was born, no.
Yeah.
Hey, I remember being a kid and going to my first, well, I don't know if it's my first, but baseball game. And all these
Was it
commercials.
Rockies?
No, I was playing. Like,
Oh, you were. T-ball?
No, I never played T-ball. I went right into coach pitch.
Coach pitch.
And I remember all the commercials on TV being like, milk makes the body stronger.
Yeah, it makes your bones strong.
And man, milk. And I remember right before the game, I was at my grandmother's house and
Chugging
I
milk.
drank about 14 glasses of milk. I
You
got so
puked it
sick.
all
Oh, I got so sick, and I'm like, what the heck is going
Make
on?
me stronger.
Did not make me stronger. Dude, but those little things, those
And to
influences,
this day, you've never drinking milk.
to this day, I was never good at my athletics because I thought because milk rejected me,
Oh, man.
it was rough, dude. It was rough. But if we had commercials out there that told kids that,
Drink your milk. Eat your spinach.
no, just,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
Trust in the
Job
Lord.
had faith even when he failed. He still had faith. So when you go out there and play your sports and you're not that good, keep the faith.
Mhm.
No, instead drink a bunch of milk and
Yeah.
be on a podcast 39 years later talking about it.
Yeah. No, I mean it's true, man.
Mm-hmm.
Your spiritual gifts are everybody has them.
I think everybody hides them.
Yeah, because they pull you
And
out of your comfort zone.
some people display them and don't even realize what they're doing. I mean, obviously there wouldn't be nothing done if nobody displayed them. There's people like at the Callahan building over here, puts on street fairs and puts on all this stuff.
Yeah.
And they're just like, well, that's my job. No, that's what God called you to do.
Yeah.
Public relations.
Yeah, that's when you think about that, every single person is in every single moment right now
Mm-hmm.
because it was in God's will.
Yeah.
Even the ones that don't even know him.
Nope.
Like the Lord knows
That's what-
exactly where you're at, when you're at,
I've been
why you're at, how
approached
you're at.
by a couple of people now that talked about Reformed Christianity, and if that's what you guys are about. You don't choose God; God chooses you. And if the people that God doesn't choose are just, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know.
It's not for us to know that either, though.
I don't know. It sucks. I hate it. But
That's one of the big things that I notice with the division.
because are there people that God doesn't choose out there?
Well, you have to think about it because your choices take into play on that.
Yeah. Or did
Because
God
if-
choose all of us and we just fail to understand? Like what is it really? I guess we won't know until we get
Yeah,
up there.
that's the thing. We're not meant to know that because if we did, then we'd be putting ourselves on pedestals.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's where the division in the church comes. I feel like is because
Everybody feels like God chose them.
I have the ability to prophesy, or I have the ability to heal. I have the ability of tongues, things like that. We've talked about it before, and it's such a touchy subject everywhere.
Here's a
but it's
PSA.
like you're putting yourself. If it's not Christ centered, then you're putting yourself on a pedestal, even
Here's a-
inadvertently.
Here's a challenge that I have. If you have the gift to heal, please meet me.
At St. Jude's.
I'll have to get a plane ticket over there. I was
Does it-
going to start
I thought you
small
ever-
at
oh, okay.
local Colorado Springs or whatever.
Memorial.
If you want to meet me at Penrose on Woodman,
Yeah.
we're going to walk in the cancer ward. We're going to heal all these people of cancer. And a lot of people listening right now are like, well, if they don't know the Holy Spirit, then that's not going to happen.
I'm curious. There's got to be people that go out and do that.
I don't think so. You've been in hospitals before, right? You
Yeah.
were in there with your dad. How many people came in and like, hey, brother, guess what? We're going to heal you.
You know,
Zero.
in my yeah, you're right. But in my time there, the only time I had someone come in and talk about God was the The preacher for the hospital.
And did he say, let me put my hands on you and
No.
you're going to walk out of here tomorrow? No.
That's not how it works.
It's not how it works. So, Pentecostals, leave your crazy house. Meet me at Penrose tomorrow. I'm like, I'm always careful of how I. No, I'm not careful about that anymore. Meet me. Email me, streetsmartchristian@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Say, hey, brother, yes, I will meet you. I'm going to go with your crazy person to the hospital. And if
Show me.
that person on the bed with stage 4 cancer walks out of there that day and is cancer free, I'll have you on the podcast and we'll talk.
This is the whole thing, man. It's like,
But if it doesn't happen, then I'm going to continue to say you're crazy, and I'm just going to say that.
yeah.
Call me
it's-
a hypocrite, call me a da-da-da-da. But you know what? In James, he called us to call out these false teachers, and
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not calling you out. I'm saying if you're real about it, if you're about it, then
Let's go.
my hoodie said be about it. So let's go. Let's go over there. If we walk out with a whole gang of kids that are all of a sudden don't have a sickness,
Our youth group is going to grow.
yeah. And then my pastor is going to think I'm crazy, and I'll have to find a whole nother church. But if it doesn't happen, and all of you guys are like, no, I'm just going to go ahead and comment on your Facebook post and say, you're not very street smart. You're dumb as toast.
Yeah. But think about it, dude. They're taking spiritual gifts, because those were, at one time, spiritual
To
gifts.
the apostles.
They were, right?
Yeah, to the apostles.
Exactly. And they're
Those
taking that
who
and then
witnessed Christ raised from the dead and walked with him.
they're harnessing it for themselves, right?
Yeah, they're
So
taking it in.
they're
Yeah.
they're harnessing something for themselves instead of getting on your knees, asking God, show me what my spiritual gifts are. Show me how to use the spiritual
they
gifts
make
that
up
you
their
have
own.
given to me to expand your kingdom. You know
Well,
what I'm
here's
saying?
the thing. Here's the thing.
Imagine if we all did that. If
Well,
we
yeah,
all,
we do.
every denomination, if you literally, I mean, I don't know how many of you have, but if you get on your knees and you pray to God that He uses you as a vessel for your spiritual gifts to do what His will is,
Well, here's the problem.
instead of trying to gain it for yourself, right?
problem is a lot of us do pray and say, show me my spiritual gifts, and then our imagination and our feelings take over. And that spiritual gift, I have the spiritual gift to do this, that, and the other. And then you just act on all that stuff, and you're letting the worldly feelings take over.
Yeah, yourself. It's yourself.
Yeah, like, oh, my spiritual gift is to have 8 wives.
I don't think
It's not. That's not. My spiritual gift is to preach.
not
Are
everybody
you
has
sure about that?
Yeah.
And then they do it because that's what they want. Your wants and your needs. How many times have you heard your parents say, do you want it or do you need it?
Mhm.
That's what God is saying. Do you want it or do you need it?
Or do I want it for you? That's
And sometimes you want so bad for your spiritual gift to be something and it just doesn't come to be. You got to be okay with that. Some of us want so bad. Like, what does Rick say? When you join the football team, everybody wants to be the quarterback.
yeah.
Well, not everybody can be the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to be okay with not being the quarterback and being the defensive
And then you
end.
find your strength. Where
But
do you fit
some
in
of
that
us-
puzzle piece?
In sports, it's easier because they put you in that spot. But in life, it's not as easy.
It's not, but every single one of us has a
We
skill,
do, but it's
a gift.
we have to submit to that. And not everybody wants to submit to something that they don't see and they don't understand.
Right.
So a lot of us are going like, I don't care what my gut is telling me. We're going to follow what's the most deceitful.
It's a
And
hard.
the scripture says it's your heart. See, but I really love singing country music.
I really love Morgan Wallen.
Yeah. So you're sitting at home trying to be like, last night we looked at a lake and home, and you're just like, dude, no, stop. Stop. And you're like, Morgan Wallen raps in countries. I can do that too.
Mm-hmm.
And then you end up on TikTok, and I'm laughing. Yeah, I was born in the country, raising big trucks. No, stop. Just please stop. Please stop this, please.
Yeah.
So just because your heart is most deceitful.
What would you say Job's spiritual gift was?
Faith.
Boom.
Faith.
People are like, man, that's a lame
He's a
gift. Like, actually, it's not.
No, he was the first. He was. I don't know. I mean, I haven't dove too much into the Old Testament. Steve's probably gonna watch this podcast and be like, "So, guess what we're gonna do?"
We're talking about Job.
But in my opinion, he's the first to really show relentless faith.
But the beautiful thing about the book of Job, too, is that you see just in that first chapter, Job opens his mouth and curses the day of his birth.
Yeah.
Instantly,
Yeah, because he knew all.
he lost everything, and you would do the same. I mean, we would all
But
do
why
the
does he
same.
curse the day of his birth? Because of why?
Because he's like, I wish I was never born.
No, because as soon as Adam sinned,
Yeah.
the rest of humanity was born into sin.
Mm-hmm.
So he cursed the day of his birth because he was born into sin
Yeah. And he lost everything.
because of sin.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
And God
yeah.
tested his faith because he wanted to see if somebody even
No, he didn't want to see it. He already knew it.
right. But
The devil wanted to see it and tried to make a fool of God and was like, hey, I bet you this is your most faithful guy. I bet you I could turn him.
And God said, "Let's see it."
And God's like,
That
what?
sucks. I hope God doesn't do that to me, bro.
I mean, hey, man. That's where
Do you
that's where
think
you
we
find
have
out
it
your
hard now,
spiritual
though?
gift, bro.
But
That's where
dude,
you find
but
it.
yeah, but we think we have it bad now. Could
Yeah.
you imagine if Satan himself, Satan, not Satan's demons, not his minions, the devil himself, showed up to your house and said, "Let's roll the dice"?
Yeah.
Not his little tormenting minions, but
Well, that's-
Satan that knows he was an angel in heaven and now has been cursed by God, who has been chained down by God. God says, "Click, go see Kevin." The prince of this world shows up at your doorstep,
Currently.
knows the Bible better than you do,
Yeah.
knows everything about you,
Right.
every desire you have, everything. He could show up and have a lady step up to your doorstep, quote the Bible verse for verse with you,
Mm-hmm.
and he's standing there going, so close that you can smell the sulfur on his breath. Just like he did to Job.
Well, Job didn't even get that.
The only one.
He didn't even know what was happening, bro.
No, until it was brought.
Until God finally spoke.
I'm
and was like,
saying
hey,
you
man.
know about it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Job made it through, would you? Or would you be like, dun, 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 walking down the aisle, and you're like, oh, dang it. And Satan's sitting there going,
Yeah.
you know Job. You know Job. Just like I tell these kids about Stephen. Can you be that bold?
Yeah.
Can I come to your classroom and punch you in the face 19 times and have you stand on your knees and pray for me and say that you forgive me? Probably not. And that don't even kill them. That just hurts their face.
Yeah.
So, can you be that bold? Just that. That's not even Satan.
Yeah.
That's me just showing up and say, hey, what's up? Pow! Nothing, why did you do that? Pow! Why are you doing
Like,
it?
hold on, here. Try this side.
Are you gonna do that? Or are you gonna be like, oh, I'm telling my dad, and he's gonna come beat you up? Like,
Back in middle school, what?
but yeah, but are you a Christian? Yeah. Pow. Are you Christian?
Yeah.
No. Okay, I'll stop punching you. Are you gonna say yes the 13th time I punched you in your face?
I'm stubborn. I probably would, dude.
Well, yeah, you. But I'm talking about these kids we're teaching.
I'd probably headbutt.
If I pushed
I'd
one of them,
headbutt your punch. And you're like, ah.
if I pushed one of these kids down right now, they'd be like, nope, I'm not. Come on. Just pushed them down.
Yeah.
Took their sandwich away.
That's what we should,
No.
we should do.
Can I please have the sandwich back? Are you Christian?
Flag football. Let's get out there.
Tag team wrestling.
WWE
Yeah.
style.
Oh man. I don't know. I don't know. It's these stories that I read. Even our own pastor tells us, like, okay, what would you guys do if we were all in this church and somebody walked in with a gun and put it at the back of our heads and said, there's one of two ways out of this. If right now you denounce Christ, I'll take the gun away. You can go home to your wife and your kids, and I'll go to the next guy. But if you say that Christ is still your Lord and Savior, then I'm going to blow your brains through your face. What would you do?
Start preaching.
I would hope so, but we won't know until we're in that situation.
Yeah.
It's easy for us to say right now because we're so comfortable in our situation that we don't think that would ever happen.
Yeah.
But some dude walks in here and goes, are you comfortable enough in your faith to know that when he pulls that trigger, you're automatically in the arms of the Lord?
Absent of the body is present with the Lord, brother.
Yeah. But we better be right with the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
To be born again means, Steve talked about this. To be born again means that when you sin, it makes you sick.
Yeah.
So to other people that live other alternative lifestyles,
Yeah.
that say they go to church and they've accepted Christ, but they're still living that lifestyle, you're not truly born again then.
Yeah, because
if you
you're,
were,
the Holy
it would
Spirit
bother
is
you
is
to
gonna
sin.
tell you, like, man, I'm in here. You can't be.
Doesn't mean that you're still not going to lust after that. It
No,
just
you
means
still-
it's going to bother you so much that you don't want to live that lifestyle.
Yeah.
That was the only thing that Steve agreed with me on the prayer breakfast. No, he really, I'm going to shout him out. He really believes in what we're doing, our ministry.
He's a good man. He is a very.
He really likes what we're doing, and he wants to help make sure that we stay on the right track.
Yeah.
And, you know, with anybody who wants to disciple us or talk to us, we talk to them just as men that want to
Mhm.
be a part of our lives. And we're probably not going to agree with everything that they say, but we're going to take in because we're never going to stop learning.
Yeah. You have to be receptive.
Because we don't know nothing, dude. We know a little bit. We know enough
Yeah.
to be confident enough to do this podcast, but
Yeah.
how many times we got to say it? We're not biblical scholars over here, so
Theologians.
we're just learning with everybody else.
Yeah, man.
And I'm really feeling what you were saying on Sunday in this hoodie.
You getting hot, bro?
Man, I can't even take it off, and my shirt's soaked. I'm pretty sure.
Do it, bro.
Nah, because I don't want to lose views. People in India be like, "Oh, you think you're hot?"
Dude, we should send them. We should do a rap.
I don't know.
A
What am I
raffle.
supposed to do?
Just
Send a package to India? To the country? They're like, what's the address? Oh, I'll just send it to the country, like to the airport. Do you know what would happen? Fox News would be like, and here's the Taliban taking over. And they all got this. Oh, no. And then it's got an X through this part. Street Smart. Funded This whole terrorist act.
You're mixing up some nations, but that's fine.
Whatever. It's close to India. They're Indians, right?
No.
Okay, what's close to India? Pakistan?
In my mind, no, dude. India's attached to China.
Right.
Or Asia.
I'm going to let you go with this. I don't have my phone, so I'm going to let the viewers comment on this one.
Yeah, man. I'm pretty sure it's like right there underneath.
So, okay.
Because you got all the Middle Eastern countries are.
So India is
close
a
to-
country.
Yeah.
With different parts of it.
But it's one country.
Pakistan
No, that's Middle East.
and India is what?
It's not Middle East.
It's not?
No,
Okay.
pretty sure.
All right. Because I'm pretty sure that,
You think it is?
I don't know. They all look the same.
Bro.
I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out. I don't have my phone on me right now.
Bro,
so I
those
can't
are where
Google
our
this.
best listeners are, and you just.
I didn't say anything bad about that country. I just said that if some got in the wrong hands. Did I say anything bad about that country?
I mean, kind of insensitive.
Where's Ethiopia?
Africa?
Okay. Where is what's that other place? Zimbabwe.
Also Africa?
Okay, so we're good there.
You just blasted our
No, I'm just asking you.
India listeners. I mean,
Can't you look it up? Where's your phone?
it's right in my pocket. Where's
So
your phone?
did you look? I don't know. I put it away so it doesn't make too much noise.
Okay. I'm going to get a map out for you here.
Say, what country is Pakistan in?
World
Oh, boy.
map.
Why are you gonna do world map? Now you're gonna take it half an hour.
Hold on, world map. Countries.
Okay.
Images.
They're all Asian descent, but
No.
just find it.
It's right here. Oh, it is right next to Pakistan. You're right. But it also is right next to
I
China.
wish I didn't say anything about that. I said that
But it's not
India, and you're like, dude, I don't know if that's the same thing at all.
Middle East goes from Pakistan to like Turkey.
Yeah, and it's all connected to India.
But yeah, it's a continent.
All those people are of the same. Yeah, when I said they look the same, you were like, what? No, they don't. Yes,
Well,
they're all of brown.
Where's Nepal?
What does Nepal have anything to do with any of this?
Where is Kazakhstan?
It's more of a like by Russia.
Yeah, nice. Good job. Where is Libya?
By Africa.
Oh, in Africa. It is Africa.
Yeah. Okay.
Where is South Africa?
Okay. All right. So
Geology lesson
thank
today.
you for looking that up and make me not look like an idiot.
Well, you were partially.
No, it's right by India. That
You-
whole
in the
thing
comments
used to be-
below, please let us know if he good.
They're gonna say,
Kinda
yeah,
good
good because
or
it was
bad.
all a part. And then they broke off all these different wars and stuff. They kind of branch off, but it used to be all connected.
What did?
Pakistan, Afghanistan, all that stuff. It was of Indian descent.
I don't know if India was a part of that.
I don't want to try to do any of the things that would compare the two, but they are a lot of the same. I don't know why you're doing this to me right now.
You started
You're looking at the map. I don't know why you're doing this to
I
me.
don't know, man. I like the maps. I like maps, man.
Yeah, and they're all pretty much connected.
Where is Bolivia?
Holy cow. South America?
You cheated.
How do I cheat? I can't see your phone.
Where is
Hmm.
where is Malaysia?
In Asia?
No.
I don't know. Probably down by Australia. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, Philippines area.
Okay.
All right, we're done with that segment.
Yep.
So back to
Stop trying to make me look like an
the
idiot.
segment by Vitamin Water.
They're gonna sue us now because
I
we
didn't
just
say
did
their
a
name
whole.
I didn't say their name right.
Okay, we might as well say Vietnam water.
Vitamina water.
Okay.
Vitaminas para
Well,
mujeres.
vitamin water. I'm very sorry.
Vitaminas para mujeres. You know what I
You
just
can't
said?
say it in Spanish and think that nobody
No,
at
that's-
vitamin water doesn't speak Spanish.
What did I just say?
I have no idea because I don't speak Spanish.
Vitaminas para mujeres.
I hope that our Spanish-speaking brothers and sisters aren't going. Well, we're gonna turn this off now.
Women's vitamins.
So now you just said vitamin waters. Okay.
No, I just said.
Women's vitamins.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I just said.
We're drinking women's vitamins.
Oh, I never said that. You are?
You just did. You were like, "Where?" Brought to you by.
Vitaminas para mujeres.
Right now, you're
Okay, we got
Dad's
derailed.
listening to this, going,
Yeah, no, do that little. What's that movie where it's like zooms in on his face? He's just
"Oh no."
old school movies. Uh, Where were we? Talking about Job.
Mm-hmm.
Was it? It was Job talking about his eyes, right? Gouge one out. Wasn't it Job? That's why.
I don't.
If my eyes cause me to sin, I'll gouge them out.
I don't know.
Didn't he say
I
that?
never read the book of Job.
You never did.
No.
You just like took the spark notes and like, yeah, that's what happened to Job. Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah. Okay.
Look up on your phone what Bible verse says if my eyes cause me to sin.
I
If
am
it says
not-
Job, then I'm going to let you go with it.
I'm not the producer, man.
We don't have a
Oh
producer.
yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. I'm
So if
trying to pull my weight. I'll pull my weight.
what Bible verse says if my eyes, because I believe that.
That's a verse.
Yeah, I know it's a verse. I don't know if it's Job. Right now, somebody listening to this podcast is screaming, saying, "This is why I don't listen to this podcast."
Comments below. Why?
Because they're screaming what verse it is, and they're like, "Well, we came to you guys
No.
for guidance."
Put those right down in the comments if you know where it is.
all 12 of you that listen for 3 minutes.
Bet you they do know where the address is.
Well, I'm sure if they do. If they listen this far, they'll find out. Meredith,
Man,
Melanie.
you're being so negative right now. What Bible verse?
Yeah.
Verse.
Yeah, this is a New Testament, wasn't it?
No, look at what I just typed.
What Bible verse talks about?
if my eyes cause me to sin?
Yeah. Cut off your hand. Cut off your ear, your eye. Pretty sure Jesus was talking about it in the New Testament, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
This is a new segment, guys, that we're trying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he does talk about it in Matthew.
I didn't want to say anything, but I wanted you to tell me it was Job when I knew that Jesus talked about it.
You wanted me to do that?
Because when I say stuff, you're like, you know what you always do? You always say stuff like that, and then it makes me go home and cry in bed.
I never said that.
All right.
See if I type in.
Yeah. No, well, in Matthew, if my hand causes me to do this, cut off your hand and cut off, yeah, la, 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 la. Don't really do that in real life, but
Yeah.
I believe Matthew was referring to Old Testament Tanakh prophecies, but
Yeah.
that's when it's brought up. I mean, hey, they might read the book of Job. Maybe he alludes to it. I don't know. I didn't read
I
it.
read it a long time ago. I don't remember.
You did? Read it tonight. Get back with us.
Dude,
Put it
that's
in the comments.
42 chapters.
I know. Read it tonight and then comment about it tomorrow.
Commenting about it.
Mm-hmm. Comment. I look forward to
I
seeing
am the
it.
only one that comments on our YouTube videos.
YouTube videos, yeah. And then I'm like, who just said? Oh, and it's you. That's fine.
The only one.
It's all right.
We want some interaction, guys.
Well, from what I'm understanding, nobody probably can comment in English. And that's okay. But if you can't,
Comment.
please,
We
do
can
it
translate it.
we'll try. I pay $50. And I'm pretty sure they just force it down people that are like, I don't know what's going on right now. And then they tell me they're following us. But
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they have burner phones and they just like, yep, and then never goes away.
Never goes away.
You want to know why I feel that way? Because the number stays the same once I stop paying. Once I stop paying, that number doesn't go up and it doesn't go down. And I look at the analytics and they're like, India. Nobody from India gave a whole lot of nothing. All of a sudden, I paid $50, and now the whole country of India likes my podcast.
Yeah.
I don't think those people are real. If they are, I love you, and please
Bro.
listen. No, I'm just being real about this whole social. Like nothing happened until I paid.
Do you think this is real life right now?
Yes, this is real life, but why do I have to pay $50 every time to have India or China or anybody else even think about our podcast?
I don't.
And when I pay $50 and they subscribe because they
They're
have a
gonna
burner phone
shut us
or
down now.
whatever. No, I bet they don't. I bet the number doesn't even change.
Yeah.
Because I click on the analytics and they're like, well, we listened for 2.5 minutes. All right, thank you for that. Which in the past was a lot of the pushing buttons and song and whatever. But
You heard it here first.
no, I'm not. So
Voice changer.
our Facebook follow, we're almost at 1,000 followers, and that's genuine because I can see. I hope, but that you're liking the posts, you're commenting, you're doing this and that, and that's great.
Yeah.
YouTube, I can't see that interaction.
Not yet.
I don't see who follows.
until we get a blue check mark. But that's not what we're doing it for.
I pay $50. All of a sudden, I have 100 followers.
Yeah.
I went from 12, paid $50 to 200. Then it stopped. I paid this agency another $50. And then I had 400, and then it stopped. I didn't pay for a month, and it stays right there.
Yeah.
406 followers. That's it. So where are they finding these followers? It's not in the United States, which is fine. If we're reaching somebody in another country that's genuinely taking what we have to say and they're following us genuinely, that's great. I appreciate all of you guys. I love you guys. But I have a hard time that once I don't pay a corporate machine how do I know that they didn't make up all these accounts?
Okay, can I do a new segment?
Okay.
Let's do a spiritual challenge, a bravery challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Because think about this. Who's brave enough to comment on stuff?
That dude in makeup with a
Usually
cigarette
trolls. Usually
phone.
trolls, right?
Yeah.
So bravery challenge. Prove us wrong. Is it just people that are haters that like to comment? Or can you just comment something?
And do our fans
Anything.
want to see us continue to put videos on Facebook, or do you want to go to YouTube and see it?
Yeah, where do you guys watch us?
Because I watch the analytics.
But
and
if you get it this far in this, if you get this far in this video,
let us know.
um,
Say, hey, I
say
made
a
it.
comment, make a comment.
I made it this far.
Hey, guess what? Maybe we will give you a shirt.
Okay.
Okay.
Make it this far and comment that, and I can make that happen.
First person to comment.
I swear, if a robot
That is
calls me
not
tomorrow,
that is not a troll. Don't be a troll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You're not going to get a shirt if you're a troll.
be about it.
What do you think? Is that
Yeah, but I just wanted to
Trying
be
to get
real
interaction.
and transparent to let you guys know that we're not bots, and the bot doesn't put us on here.
yeah, we're real.
Yeah.
So time didn't stop after 2019, Adam.
Here we go. Comment on a thing if you only see me on the computer screen right now. And I'm talking to an empty microphone over here.
Yeah.
Please, oh man, I swear to God, if I wake up tomorrow and there's all these comments that are like, dude, you're talking to the wall, and the statue jumped off, broke,
Well, you did that.
and then it
yourself.
floated up and put it, and you were
I didn't-
crazy.
oh, yeah,
I
I
know,
did
but
hold
if
it
you're
there.
not really here, like, and you said in 2019, and everybody starts commenting like, it's so sad that he talks to his imaginary friend, and then whenever he says, okay, read me the book of Job, and it's silent for 30 seconds, and then he's like, oh, yeah, blah, blah. Dude, if I get those comments tomorrow,
They have no idea what's going on right now.
I know.
They have no
That's
idea.
good, because then the comments will be genuine.
Yeah.
He's weird. He's talking to himself the whole time. That's why you don't have any.
Comment down below that he is talking to himself, and you'll win a
Don't
shirt.
tell him that, because then they're gonna mess with me.
They're not going to hear you at all.
You just told him if you tell him he's talking to himself, you get a shirt. So they're gonna be like,
That's
yeah,
all I needed. That's all
you're
we-
talking to yourself.
That's all we needed.
Yeah,
Just
until your
explain.
wife, my wife calls you and says, my husband's in the creek, no shirt on, just rocking back and forth.
in the creek.
Yeah. Like he thinks he's talking to a ghost.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like I'm a ghost, man.
If your dad shows up next week and starts yelling at me, I'm going to be like, ah.
Yeah.
It's going to be like Bruce Willis in The Sixth Sense, where he just starts freaking out because he realized he was dead.
The whole time.
Yeah.
Because the little boy sees dead people.
And that Nate Bargatze was like, oh, I think every man related to that guy because his wife just didn't talk to him for a year. So we thought, well, he's obviously alive. It just made his wife mad, and she didn't talk to him for a whole year.
Oh, I forgot that part, that his wife was still there. And like,
Yeah, and then it just, the movie made it seem like
you
she
never
was
questioned
mad
it. Yeah.
and wasn't talking. And he's like, oh, come on.
Man, that movie used to
I'm
scare
sorry,
me so
yeah.
bad, dude.
And that comedian, that clean comedian that I talked to you about, it was like, as guys, we just thought, well, he made his wife mad, and that's what they do. They don't talk to you for a whole year. And then we're like, oh, he was dead? Well, that sucks. Like, good job on the producer that did that. Like,
Yeah,
the
that-
director was like, yeah,
That
just
movie,
make it
man.
seem like you're really mad at him, and every guy will relate to that.
So if that gives you guys a little insight to what Adam is experiencing,
Oh,
the sixth
I don't
sixth,
even want to look
sixth
at my phone tomorrow.
sense sensation.
Bro, I hope you're not dead.
I hope I'm not dead.
Oh my God. I think of all the conversations you have and everything that you want, and it's just not happening. And I'm like,
Oh man,
dude, that was messed up. I'm sorry.
they got dark.
So sorry.
It got
All
dark.
these
I
things
mean,
are
if
going to
I'm-
happen
If
for
I'm dead, it doesn't matter.
in 10 years. If it's still not happening,
If I'm dead, it doesn't matter, bro.
do you think that's why the church is like, don't let him preach?
Yeah, they're like,
He talks to an invisible person that he's never met.
it points me out in church.
Remember that time he was in the Easter play and he was talking to that guy in the background? Just keep
It
letting
was a
him.
plant.
Just keep letting him narrate. Whatever.
Yeah, let's get him on the crow's nest.
Get him up
right?
there so nobody sees him. Texting nobody downstairs.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that why Rick never actually hugs you? He's just like, yeah, Kevin.
Man.
Is that why?
No,
You're
I'm
the only other
questioning-
person that comments at men's Bible study, and Rick's like, moving on.
It's just no one's participating.
That's why nobody else talks, because they're like, oh, weirdo Adam's here, and he thinks his friend's talking, so we're not going to say nothing, so we can give him the
What is
opportunity.
that? That's like the Truman Show, kind of, where everyone knows that
Dude,
they're.
it's freaking me out right now.
Adam thinks he's in
That's why our numbers are
Episode of
so
the
low,
Truman
because
Show,
they're like,
yeah.
this poor guy.
some cuckoo man.
I'm probably a TikTok somewhere where they're like,
Mm-hmm.
this guy. You know, that's why I have more followers on TikTok than anything else, because they're like,
How many followers you got on TikTok?
I don't know, not as much as Facebook. 250 maybe.
Dang. What do you put? on
But those
TikTok?
are not. Those are all bots too.
Yeah,
Because
what do you put on TikTok though? I don't have any of that.
I was doing reels
Bro,
of this and
I don't even have social media.
shorts. I know, because you died, and your dad finally canceled all your social media because it was getting weird. Nobody in the world does not just quit social media. It makes sense now. It makes sense.
Adam had a
That's why when I
Great
call my
dream.
wife and I'm leaving home, she's like, "Oh, okay." You stood out in the parking lot by herself again for 2 hours.
It's just like John Travolta and Pulp
That's why
Fiction.
she never gets mad. Any other woman in the history of people's wives would be like, "Why are you staying so late talking to your buddies?" But she's like, "He's talking to himself." So everybody told me to be nice to him about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Truman Show, bro. But with a
I want to
sixth-
go home
sixth
and look
sense
up
player.
like records and type your name in. And I swear to God, I swear if it says from this date to 2019, I'm throwing my phone through a wall.
It's still 2019 right now, bro.
No, it's not. It's just I'm still living in 2000. No, because I wouldn't even ever met you. I'm living in when Pastor Rick was talking about pray for the Mestis family because his son's fighting for his life and and I'm like, oh, that's crazy. And then here I am.
Yeah. That would be a great movie.
That's why sometimes I wear the same T-shirt and your dad wears the same T-shirt on the same day. He's like, "Hey, buddy," and that's why your mom came up to me one day and was like, "It would have been great if my son could have found a Christian woman too." And I'm like, "I'll find him one," and they're like, "Oh, bless your heart, he's not alive anymore." That's why no.
This podcast is so morbid.
That's all right. We're just two guys
Yeah. Well,
having a conversation.
are we?
Oh, great. I swear to God. Oh, if people comment, they're like, bless his heart.
Yeah.
He always thinks his audio's messed up, but there's nobody talking on the other microphone. There's a
Oh.
part of me that wants to text your mom as soon as I leave here and be like,
Don't
hey,
do. She would panic, bro.
is Kevin still alive?
No, she would panic, bro.
That's why Jax doesn't listen to you. He just runs around the church. Because you're not there.
Yeah. We need to get this back on track and end it, bro.
I love you guys.
Yeah. Find your spiritual gifts. We
And
challenge our youth group to write them down.
That's why they never listen, because you're not there.
Write yours down. What do you think your spiritual gifts are? And
You're always yelling, put all 4 legs down. They don't, because you're not there. They don't even hear you. Put all 4 of your legs down.
yeah. Praise God.
This is good. It's still good. I like having these conversations.
Yeah, no, they're real. We're
Yeah,
just literally talking, bro.
that's good. That's what they all do. So,
Mm-hmm.
please be alive.
I'm alive, dude. I feel alive.
Sure, that's what every ghost would tell a person that's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good question.
You ever seen that movie with Kevin Costner where he's schizophrenic and that dude's always telling him to do crazy stuff?
Kevin
Like
Costner.
he's like a serial killer, but he's also a business guy and schizophrenic. So this other dude's always telling him like, "Oh, I'm here, I'm real," and he's like, "You're not real." "Yes, I am." He's like, "Okay, you are." He listens to him. That's probably what's happening.
I don't know
to
if I've
me
seen
right
that. That one sounds interesting.
now. I wouldn't probably recommend it from the pulpit, like Rick says, but I think it's Mr. Brooks or something.
Dang. What about Face Off? What's that one about? I've never seen that one.
That's not the same. That's
Okay.
surgically removing somebody else's face and putting on the criminal, the detective and the criminal, and then they're trying to live 2 worlds because the other guy thinks he's that guy, and so he tries to go to his family and figure things out. But the other
Is
guy
it good?
wasn't. Yeah, because the bad guy wasn't supposed to wake up. So they're supposed to take the bad guy's face off and put it on like the detective, and he was supposed to wake up and go pretend everybody would think he was him and then get all this information, but then the bad guy woke up and he had the detective's face. So then he goes to his family and tries to pretend like he's him. So they're fighting each other.
Whoa.
And so the detective obviously he's him, but he's not. He's a bad guy. John Travolta and Nicolas Cage.
I gotta
they're-
watch that.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I watched it when I was younger with one of my best friends. But that's not the same what we were talking about. But
No, it's not.
it's not Face Off because I don't have your face. What if I did? What if when I broke my neck and then you got in that?
See, bro, it's all coming together. We're the same person.
I just started coming to church and they were like, "Oh, Kevin, pray for his family." Then all of a sudden you're just singing at the Easter play.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird. How did that happen?
God's divine powers, man. That's real.
I'm going to have a nightmare that I'm editing this and then I'm like, "Oh, yeah, there's nobody there." My wife's like, "Hey, settle down." And then Rick's knee doesn't really hurt and he's just going to show up and be like, "Hey, I had to back off church because you're being too crazy."
You holding the church hostage with your schizophrenia?
No, I'm just like, and Rick's like, brother, and I really,
This went off the rails, bro. This thing is off the rails.
that's all right because people sometimes like to hear what our crazy thoughts
Well,
are.
I hope maybe someone will make it this far. I know I will.
Yeah, because you're the one. I put it on YouTube, I automatically know who the first view is.
No, I'm not always the first, am I?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Comment what your spiritual gift might be,
Yep.
and if you're going to talk about it,
Be about it.
okay, that was a little too long a pause right there, so that was really justifying everything I just said.
No, man. You can get a free shirt.
When I watch this back, I'm going to say, and if you're going to talk about it,
It'll be about it.
I'm like, oh boy. I was right.
Yeah. It's like Fight Club, too.
See here. I hope I'm not the only one dancing to this whole time. That's why I don't have any subscribers. They're like, look what he's doing. Poor guy.
Yeah.
Poor guy is doing that by himself. He got this whole curtain up and everything. Until next week.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
www.streetsmartchristiannumber1.com.
I thought you were about to say www. What would Jesus do?
People will comment, not talk to yourself on a podcast.
Yeah.
All right.
We challenge you guys to interact with us. Come on.
Interact.
We love you. God bless you.
Goodbye.
Adam says goodbye. And
I swear to God.
man, you keep saying that, and I don't think you're supposed to say that.
No, but I'm scared.
You keep saying that, dude. You've said it like 4 times.
I'll edit it out.
No, we love you guys. If you're going to talk about it, be about it. Search Street Smart Christian. Find us. Share us. Rest in peace, Grizzly Adams. That lasted a whole 3 minutes, bro.
And Diana said, if you don't want them, donate them back to us and I'll give it to our shooting club. Guess I'll give it back to her now.
No, I don't think she watches the whole thing, if any, at all anymore.
No.
Yeah, we love you guys.
Bye. Oh, he can't get there.